Hi, Scorpio. This is Just with How Do They Feel? All signs. We're going to look at you and each sign and look at your feelings and their feelings. We're going to start with Aries. So if you're dealing with an Aries, this Aries is making plans with you in mind. They could be plans of a trip, plans of the next steps forward, but they are thinking long and hard. Now, they know that your love for them is very deep, especially if you are a Scorpio woman, but it could obviously be a Scorpio man as well. They know that the feelings are very deep. If you're a Scorpio man, this woman, this Aries woman, really loves you, right? She may be waiting and wanting for you to make the next steps, okay? And if you're a Scorpio woman, this man knows how deeply you love him. But there can be a little bit of challenge in them coming to a full conclusion of the next steps. So for some of you, this has nothing to do with you. It could be something in their own personal lives moving forward to the next step with you, but they do have you in mind of this next journey. Should they reach out if you guys are broken up? They're thinking about that. Are they ready to take things up a notch? They're thinking about that. There's some things that they're thinking about, but they're at a crossroads right now. They need to make a deep decision. It's almost like a no turning back type of thing when it comes to this Aries. So they are in deep thought when it comes to you, and they need to make a decision. Now, you may sense this. You may sense that something major is about to happen, or something major recently happened between the two of you. And if you've broken up, you're trying to give it the time and space necessary. If you know that your Aries is going through something, you may be taking a little bit of a step back and approaching them slowly but surely. Some of you are taking your hands off of the wheel. You're there if they need you, but it's all in their hands. You're kind of approaching it that way. And some of you just may recently find out that you're fond of an Aries, but you're befriending them. You're taking things a snail's pace, one step at a time. It may even seem like you're not necessarily putting too much time and effort, but you're taking a slow and steady approach. And I do feel like there's a very strong feeling that you have toward them, and they appreciate the slow but steady. Not pressuring them, not being overbearing, just being there when and if necessary. Now, again, if you've broken up with your Aries, it could very well signify that the two of you could be going in different directions. But know that if that is the case, the love there is still real and it is deep. If you're dealing with a Taurus, has cut you off. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of the games. They don't want to hear it anymore. They are not going to be open to any excuses, any stories about who did what, how this happened, and up the street, down the block. No, they're done. They only want the truth from you, or they're gone. They're done. So some of you, if you haven't recently broken up with a Taurus, you will soon find yourself on the way to be breaking up, especially if there's lying and cheating going on. So there is some kind of misfortune happening between you and this Taurus, okay? If you're recently meeting a Taurus, definitely take your time, take it slow, be very strategic in how you communicate with them. Don't just listen to their words, but watch their actions. It will kind of show you everything. A lot of red flags there. And it may not all be bad, but for some of you, and when I say if you're dealing with a Taurus, really you're the person that needs to be watched, not the Taurus. The Taurus is coming straight up. Scorpios may be strategically trying to get away from someone and get back to a Taurus, but Taurus is not having it. They don't want any half-stepping. So if you don't have your whole plan in place, if you don't have your situation clear of one person before you come to this Taurus, don't go to them because they're not going to tolerate it. If you're dealing with a Gemini, this Gemini is waiting for you. They're waiting to see if what you guys have is worth continuing to invest. They're probably waiting for you to reach out. They're looking at their own finances. They're also looking at their overall life and seeing how things can improve. So right now, they're really either focused on their finances and their own potential growth or the growth of this relationship and contemplating should they stay in it or should they move on. You have a plan. You have a plan for this Gemini. And for some of you, it may be a plan to get them back. Some of you also could be manipulating a Gemini out of their money. If you've been doing that, they're starting to catch on. They're starting to be more diligent in the money's going in and out and allocating what bill for what. So if you're trying to kind of like skim off the top, be careful because you might get found out because Gemini is paying attention to the dividends. Now, if it has nothing to do with finances and you're trying to get them back, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard because they are still waiting. So you may have some time to kind of get back and try to make things right. If you're dealing with a Cancer, this Cancer is changing. It's over for the Cancer. And they're changing anyway. It'd be very difficult to kind of convince them otherwise unless there's massive change on both ends. I feel like you probably have stung them with that Pluto effect. So some area of their life has changed in a big sort of way. Possibly the breakup, possibly even dealing with you has transformed them in some way. They have North Node in their sign, so that can also be a massive change that they're experiencing. But I do see a change on their end, and in their mind, the situation is over, at least the way that you guys was sometime before. And you're embracing it. You're fine. You're good. You're like, I'm okay. Financially, I'm good. I'm happy where I am when it comes to, being single and being apart from this Cancer. So it looks like you're happy being single. And this Cancer really has gone through a huge transformation, perhaps with this breakup or in life period. If you just met a Cancer, know that this person is in a transformative process. So you've yet to really see the full culmination of their development. If you're dealing with a Leo, this Leo is offering a new beginning to you. You may be even receiving some form of monetary payment or some tangible gift could be from a Leo. But you're doubting it. You're questioning it. You're not too sure. Now, some of you could very well be getting an offer to start a job or to work as a partnership with a Leo. Do your due diligence. Definitely do your homework and do your research. But some of you, if this is a love situation, I feel like this Leo may be trying to start all over again with you in a way that's more conducive to more of a commitment, I want to say. But you are questioning it. You're not really taking it for face value. You feel like you need to probably look at the fine print for some of you. And it may be a third party involved. So that may be, if there was a third party involved in the past, you may be feeling like, you know what, I need to take a deeper look into the situation. I don't know if I'm 100%. Now, for some of you, it could be you. You may still be talking to someone and you may have someone in your life. And now it's like, this Leo really wants something a bit serious with me. And I don't know exactly if this is something that I'm ready for just yet. So someone needs to kind of take a serious look at, whether or not this will be just the two of you. If you're dealing with a Virgo, this Virgo is deeply focused with work. I think this is the second time I got this for a sign with Virgo, I think. And they're focusing on money, really. I feel like they have major plans down the line, okay? It could be with you, it could be it could be for themselves, but they're mastering their craft. They're heavily thinking about finances and development of self and their overall financial portfolio. And it is because they have plans for long-term life plans for themselves. Secretly, I feel Scorpios are, some of you are really spying on this Virgos. You've had tarot readings and to find out, what they're doing. Do they really want you? Where's this going to go? Will you guys get married? Like, you really sense that the next steps with this Virgo. Some of you may already have found out that they're going to propose to you. That some of you may be watching them at work. You have your eye on them. So you have been snooping around to try to find out what's going on. I do feel like some of you need to know because the attention is not on you right now. But I do feel like there's a lot of emotion there. You're trying to decide, should you approach them or will they approach you? Some of you may be trying to be nosy. You may sense that you're going to be proposed to or that this is going to be your one, or you guys will work out, or you're ready to take things to the next level. And you may have even tried to seek out a tarot reading for that. But it looks like if you're in a relationship with a Virgo, it looks like this person is really focusing on work. And when they have time to themselves, they do approach you in a way that is loving and caring. Now, if you're dealing with a Libra, it looks like this Libra is interested in you. They definitely, they're attracted to you. They may be wanting to start some type of business venture, but also they want to get things started. Especially if you've just met a Libra, they'll be very interested, and they'll be the ones initiating contact, wanting to take you out, wanting to spend time with you. Some of you could already be in a relationship, so be careful, like married, like long-term relationship with another person. So be careful with that. If this is not the case, this can be someone that you can be with for a very long time. Okay. It starts out light and fluffy and fun, just like with a typical Libra. But your intention may be to kind of take this all the way to 10 years and better. Like, you really probably see this person as someone that you can have a generational love with, for some of you. Okay. And some of you probably have been with this person for a very, very long time, and there's an opportunity to rekindle the spark that you once had in the past. Get out, have fun, let your hair down, just take it light and airy and just enjoy yourself. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, I'm sorry, if you're dealing with, let's see, that was Leo, Virgo, Libra. Okay. So now, okay. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, one Scorpio is leaving. They don't have time for the games. They don't have time for it. They know what they want. Probably Cancer season, they just took off. They know what they want. They're going after it. They're not wasting their time. They don't want to hear what the other Scorpio has to say. They're just out. The other Scorpio is confused. They want to reconcile. They're probably kind of devastated by the whole entire breakup. It may have hit them out of nowhere. Even if there's been many talks about, I'm going to leave you, you need to stop, or whatever. This Scorpio kind of now feeling the effects of this breakup. And realizing that perhaps the other Scorpio isn't going to come back. And it has a lot to do with a third party situation, too many people involved in a relationship. And so if it's a Scorpio on Scorpio, one Scorpio is leaving and the other person seems to be a bit confused, dazed, and devastated that, this is all happening. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius is coming back to you. They may have already come back in Cancer season. And there's a lot of communication, a lot of talking, a lot of kind of catching up, a lot of making up for lost time. You also, Scorpio, may have a lot going on too. So with this Sagittarius coming back to you, there may already be a lot of people in your life, vying for your attention. And now, the Sagittarius is adding to the fuel, to the fire, that type of thing. But if it's just you and your Sag, I definitely see a lot of communication. Things revving up fast between you and this Sagittarius is what it looks like to me. And definitely making up for lost time with you and your Sagittarius. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, it looks like you and this Capricorn probably ended the relationship. This Capricorn may feel like it's completely over. They may feel like they've been devastated by the breakup, that you've done something to them, stabbed them in the back. They've been devastated by the relationship. And you, Scorpio, it's very difficult for you to let this person go. I think they've stung you with that Pluto that they have transiting in their sign, and you're not over. It's not over for you. It may be over for this Capricorn. Well, this Capricorn definitely has a deep emotion for you, but theirs is a little bit more on the positive end. Their connection with you is a little bit more positive, but they're making a decision to kind of stay away from you. They really are. They realize just how potent, how deep, how deep the waters run between the two of you. And for now, they just need to take a step back. This may go on for the next 4 months. I don't know if it's be 4 years, but maybe the next 4 months. or 4 months up from the time you haven't spoken, you guys have broken up or taken a step back. I feel like for you, you're really connected, or you're obsessed over this Capricorn. It's very difficult for you to kind of turn the switch off and try to find the positive medium and not give in to your vices when it comes to them. It's like they have control over you. They have a hold on you. So you're going to kind of like be in limbo until you get karmically balanced from this Capricorn. There's a lot of control that they have, and you're probably trying to control them too, but they've kind of they're getting a handle on whatever hold and control you got over them. It's very difficult for you to relinquish trying to get power over them. It's also very difficult for you to find your footing and not be so obsessed and possessive over this Capricorn. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, this Aquarius is, for some of you, this Aquarius may be reaching out, making a move toward you, especially if this is something fresh and new. You may have recently broke up with someone, cut someone out of your life. Others of you, I feel like you guys may be going, not necessarily in different directions. This Aquarius may be thinking of you, possibly wanting to reach out to you, but they know that you wield the sword. So they may kind of take a step back from reaching out. But by Leo season, they may really get that push and that, surge to want to reach out. So you may be hearing from an Aquarius, if you haven't heard from them in a little bit. You guys have broken up, and I feel like you guys only want the truth. You don't want any bullshit. You don't want to play any games. Again, if you've just recently broke up with someone, maybe you guys may find it a bit difficult to find your footing because you're dealing off a different energy. You're not necessarily in the same space, if that makes sense. You're not in the same space with this Aquarius. So you want the truth. They're kind of feeling very fun, flirty, and social. Just kind of wanting to have a good time. So again, that may be a little difficult trying to get things off the ground because you're not mimicking each other energy-wise. Now, when it comes to a Pisces doesn't really know if this is exactly what they want. They're not sure. They're not sure what your true intentions are either, this Pisces. But they're really not sure if they're choosing you, if they're choosing someone else. Something, they're juggling something. And some of you may have recently had a baby by this Pisces, or will be having a baby, or has had a child. Or you're going to kill them with kindness. You know how Scorpios do. Scorpios will find a person's weakness. They'll find the angle, and they will, run it into the ground and make you fall in love with them and make you just be completely obsessed with them. I don't feel like that's happening with this Pisces. I just feel like this Pisces may be juggling you and another person, and they're not sure. They're leaning more towards you, though. They're like, I don't know. I think this is the right person for me. And you're just like probably giving them more of a reason to believe that, yes, you are the right person for them. So looks like a Pisces may be leaning towards you a little bit more than someone else if there are two people involved. If they've been in the in a trying to make a decision type of stage of like still not sure. Again, it seems like you're winning out another person, or any doubts that they may have had in the past. They're starting to warm up to the idea of moving forward with you. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. I really like this series, so we'll see if it continues to go on. If you guys would like, if you like it too, if you would like to let me know how this all resonates, please do so in the comment section below. If you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the description box below. I'm sorry, guys. And if you guys are new to this channel, some of you, then welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Scorpio.